All right. So in this chapter, chapter 17, we talked about organizational conflicts. And the recent article I pulled up regarding a business and their conflicts was the Spirit Airlines shutdown that just happened. As I'm sure it's been on the news and everyone's been talking about a little bit. And I want to talk about how this relates to chapter 17. But first, let me talk about what happened. To my understanding, I'm going to be honest. I was reading the article and I was a little confused. I had to read it twice, and I'm still a little confused. But what it sounds like, well, what we do know happened is that that one, Spirit Airlines had not been profitable since quarantine, since COVID, since all of that. Spirit Airlines has never been considered a profitable company, and they've also been in a lot of debt, and this is their second time filing for bankruptcy. And they just filed bankruptcy and shut down for good. 17,000 employees left out of the job. Bunch of passengers left with future plane tickets that are worth nothing, and they're offering refunds, but it still screws over a lot of people. Basically, what happened here is they were trying to have a bailout, and I believe it says, so this is where I don't really understand what it's talking about, because it says the creditors, and it also mentions the U.S. government, so I assume that they're in this position where they're like, we need money, we need it bad, we're not a profitable business, we don't think we'll be profitable in the future, and because it's a huge company and it's it's a big part of our economy, it's a giant airline company. They have creditors that are trying to bail out. The government's trying to bail out to keep this tank from falling, and fortunately, didn't work because of the Iran war. So originally, there was a plan for creditors to try to bail out Spirit Airlines, to my understanding, and then after that happened, after the Iran war happened, it was just done. But this relates to, sorry, I have notes back here, so I'm not reading, but no, basically how this ties into chapter 17 is we learn some of the reasons why we have organizational conflicts. One of those reasons is different goals and time horizons. So we can see very clearly here creditors having different goals and the time horizons not being met because, well, we can't plan for a war, but when it's knocking at your door, you're out of time. One of the other reasons, let me pull this up, is overlapping authorities. I couldn't really understand too much because it didn't really speak too much into it. But from how it sounds, like the creditors and Spirit Airlines and the U.S. government, they're all overlapping each other. And you have to understand that a lot of these big creditors and a lot of these big investors, like they have a say in what goes on in the company. They're not just people with money. Like they get a very important say. So you have overlapping wants for the company. And also scarce resources. Obviously, that one's the easiest one because they didn't have the resources to stay profitable as a company. So that's how I'm relating Chapter 17 to Delta Airlines, or not Delta, Spirit Airlines getting shut down.